We got a lot of things to talk about. As usual on the Countdown Show, we go 5 minutes on the clock. Probably go long on the first one, just let you know. And we are
Yeah.
going to talk about some of the things that happened in MMA yesterday and how everything just got shooken up. Whoo, boy. Now, before we get started, I got to ask you a question. From the co-main
Yeah.
event down, is there anything you want to talk about? No? All right. Moving
Nah,
along.
you moving along.
Moving along. First up, we got McGregor gets KO'd in the second round by Dustin Poirier. And first off,
Did you see that coming?
I no, I didn't see it come. We both picked McGregor to win.
I picked McGregor to win in 14 seconds, man.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity early in the fight to. He was landing most of the punches. He was the most active fighter, especially when it came to that to standing up. But man, oh man,
So
Dustin Poirier came in with them kicks, man. I saw the
ooh,
post fight interview and Dustin asked his coach because the reporter asked him a question was like, why did you think that those kicks was working? And his coach was like, because he kicks hard as hell.
enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said.
But go ahead with your analysis, man. I want to hear what you got to say about this fight,
So
man.
look, what's crazy about this? I picked Connor to win, but I picked Connor to have to come through some adversity. And then a lot of times, what you get from people is they get on the mic and they start to make excuses as to why they lost. And then Connor had an excuse as to one of the reasons why he might have lost, but it actually kind of makes sense. He's like, hey, too much inactivity. If you think about Connor, he ain't really fought that much. And then you think
No.
about like how much the sport is progressing when he's not fighting. Because calf kicks wasn't a thing when they fought the last time. Calf kicks
Mm-mm.
wasn't a thing like they were a thing like last year, but we kind of saw it. But they really came on. No, not like I'm sorry. There was a 2020 in between there. Year before last, forgot about the throwaway year. It wasn't really like man. Everybody's doing it, and you could see, yeah, real quick. Cause think about it like this:
Mm-hmm.
when Connor fought Nate Diaz the first time, if he would have thrown that calf kick, because Nate Diaz likes that boxer stance, kind of what Conor was leaning towards. He throws
Mm-hmm.
that calf kick. That fight doesn't go that way. He wins that first fight easily, the same way he did this one. So
Mm-hmm.
he might have got passed by. And American Top Team, everything they did about this fight was tailor made to beat Conor. Everything they did. I even had Conor win in the first round.
I did too, man. I had him win it early, man. I feel like he had an opportunity to come in and win it early, man. But he never capitalized on he was just missing some punches. He missed some
It did
punches
it
that
did it feel like
I wouldn't think he missed.
now, did you get
I
that
wouldn't think he would
feeling
miss.
whenever I got the little like feeling whenever the fight sort of was starting and it was like, yeah, big fight. But did you get
Yeah.
that like edge of your seat like
No,
butterfly? I
I didn't
didn't get
I,
that feeling.
it was in the second round when I saw McGregor just standing and he wasn't moving as much. And then when I saw him bounce up and down because I felt like he was feeling the effects of his leg being kicked. When I saw him bounce up and down, I said, "Oh,"
Uh-oh.
and I did move up in my seat when I saw him bouncing up and down because I was like, he hasn't done that in the first round.
Yeah.
Them kicks might be getting to him. And then when Poirier started throwing those punches and bunches, and he was missing with a couple punches, but McGregor was trying to dodge him and then come back with a counter. It was just one of those things where it was like,
He may not get out of that.
this he might not get out of this,
Yeah.
but then you still you got in mind, you're like, hey man, Connor has that one punch
Yeah.
knockout. He has the opportunity to do it, and
And
it just
he
didn't
threw
happen.
one of them
He got
and
caught.
missed.
He got caught.
And then he ducked into the hand too, so that made it hit worse.
Yep.
And I was like, um, well, all
Yo,
right.
the moment I didn't have like a gasping moment until Connor was sitting on the ground with his arm like he had it on the pillow when your girl walk in and you have your hand on your pillow, your arm on your pillow like this. When he had his arm like this, I was like, ooh,
He really ate one. Then they showed the
he
replay. He
ate
was
it.
out before he took that last one on the ground.
Boy, he was out, boy.
Man.
He took a nap, man. He took a nap.
But with that being said, like Dustin Poirier, if if Khabib doesn't come back, and we'll talk about this in the third segment with the 155-pound division, if Khabib doesn't come back, that's it. Dustin Poirier is the
Habib,
best.
Habib, Habib. Man, look. Here's the bad thing that happened. Good thing, bad thing that
Yeah.
happened last night. Um, the good thing what happened is that we really finally saw Dustin Poirier shine in a big fight, and this is a big fight between him and McGregor.
Right.
The bad thing that happened was that McGregor is the face of the UFC.
Yes.
And with being the face of the UFC, you bring people to the sport. And with him losing, I don't know if the UFC has another face that is currently winning that can bring people or put butts in the seats and buy pay-per-views.
Now,
So that's the only bad thing I think happened last night.
to a
Now
rebuttal,
the whole fight situation was great. Do I want to see a third fight between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor? No, I do not.
I'll take a look. Now, the
I don't want
to now to think about it like this, the road to get back to that is going to be long. It's going to be a
to.
long
Yeah.
road to get back to that. But here's the thing, though. Yes, the road is going to be long to get back to that, and if he's willing to do that, then I can see a lot happening in the next year. Same thing he said, I need to be more active. If that's the case, what Poirier did to Conor McGregor, if you go down the list of everyone else, I don't know anyone else that's going to do that to Conor. So if that's the case, maybe we can still get some fun fights out of it while he's trying to work
T-
his way back up. If not,
True, true,
if not,
true.
we can if not, we can always go back to Conor versus Nate 3 and our dumbasses will watch it. We will.
So, but it's one of those things where um it knocks some of that magic off of him, that glow off of
Let
McGregor
me
when
ask
he
you this.
lost.
Let me ask you this though.
It didn't feel
It
good.
doesn't. It
So,
never does. Let me ask you this though. So a lot of glow got knocked off of old Mikey Tyson, but we'll watch it.
but we'll watch it, but it's the difference in between seeing a fighter who's winning and talking about a fighter who just lost in their last fight. It's a different
It
narrative,
is.
and there's a lot of matchups that could have happened if McGregor would have won.
There is. There's a lot of matches that could have happened, but guess what? We all love as people. We all like a good comeback story.
We do like a good comeback story, but we also like a individual that can't be beat, and we want him to see. We want to see him get beat.
We do. We
We like that more than a comeback story.
we like that more than a comeback story, but I feel like I don't know. It's a once in a million thing. Like who? Floyd Mayweather? That's it.
Floyd Mayweather, we hate Floyd Mayweather.
That's it. You know?
Not we as
I
in
know.
me, but we as in the people hate Floyd Mayweather because he don't lose. 50-0. He don't lose. So we'd rather root for him to lose than to root for him to win.
So look, I think right now for Poirier, the sky's the limit. Again, we're going to talk about it in the 155 division, so we won't hold up on it right now. But I do have a lot to say about Poirier. Just that we have to digress. McGregor falls and never been KO'd.
Never, yeah,
He
never
got
been
he got
KO'd. And
submitted. Yeah,
Dustin showed something though. Dustin showed that he's beat Holloway twice, right? So he's beat Max Holloway twice.
uh huh.
And Max Holloway said after his fight that he's the he's the best boxer in the UFC. And Max Holloway in his post fight interview was just like, "Hey man, I beat Max twice. How can you proclaim yourself as the best boxer in the UFC and I've beaten you
Yeah,
twice?" And he's like, "Well, I must be something because I've beaten the best
he
boxer
beat him in both
in the
divisions.
UFC twice." Yeah.
Beat him in both
So
divisions. Now here's the
it was
question.
just it was a lot of it's before you get into that question, man. It was McGregor Holloway. It was McGregor Chandler. It's McGregor Habib. There's a lot of big fights that could have been made that could have had some money if he'd have won this fight.
It is. I still like some of those fights because I feel like he's he's progressed past that win loss. That he'll just do the same thing where like he'll beat like a Donald Cerrone and we'll just completely forget about it. You know, because he lost a fight before that. We just completely forgot about it. Title contention.
True.
Now,
True.
with that being said, before we move on to the next subject, I do have a question. So you watch McGregor. Who was piecing up? He was piecing them up. You know, and so this is the
McGregor was piecing him up.
listen. This is the game plan, which is crazy. They like, nah, he gonna get his. Like, no, McGregor gonna get his. We know he gonna get his, but what we gonna do? We're
Yeah.
gonna persevere through that. We're gonna wear it down, and we're gonna come out on top. And they did just that. He gonna piece him up. Now the question is, when you hear Poirier say that, now ask yourself, like, who do you think would stand a better chance against, like a Pacquiao or somebody? Do you think Poirier could outbox a Pacquiao?
No, I didn't see the skill though. I didn't see the skill in outboxing a Pacquiao. I don't feel like either fighter could outbox
I
Pacquiao.
don't feel
I
like it
think
either,
Pacquiao.
but I would give
I think
Mayweather more of a
Pacquiao's on a
chance.
different level.
I not Mayweather. I would give McGregor more of a chance.
I would because he's already been in
I
there.
think
I would give McGregor more of a chance too because he's already been in the ring
I think
with an
McGregor's
elite
one
fighter.
sidedness is what it is. I think with
Yeah,
Poirier is what I would like to call a complete fighter. So MMA, that's his sport, and
true.
he's gonna be the king of that because who else you got?